Precise progression 97. 100 shots in the mental Mac 11. You gonna need them. We at war. So check this out, right? We continue every day as time goes on. Y'all continue to misconstrue moral and legal, especially the evangelicals, the super religious, holier than thou. They are so like, this indoctrination has been used to commit mass murder and justify slavery, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because it teaches you to submit, right? And are there good values within some of these religions and some of these written rules and ideologies? You know what I'm saying? It is something you could take out of each one. But see, when they created laws and they created these different statutes and things that you had to follow, they knew that a lot of these laws and a lot of this stuff that was put in play, they knew because of science that it would be a direct contradiction to human nature. And if human nature is for you to be a certain way, for you to hunt to kill, for you to survive, and for you to do what makes sense to you, they know that that is something that would be harder for the average person to follow. So if you don't come up with a certain advantage or a certain group economics that can keep you out of these situations, you will break the law. Even if it's a law that doesn't kill people, they know that you will break this law, you will pay that bond, you will pay for that commissary, you will pay for that lawyer. So the judicial system is a big money-hungry corporation that hides behind written rule, morality, and the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But you grow up to find, like, you just grow up and see a lot of instances where a lot of these officials and a lot of these people in seats, these people done touched on some kids before. You know what I'm saying? Or these people done paid for some, or they done paid for some little corner girl thotties. You know what I'm saying? To come get up in their Maserati or they Hellcat to come top them up and send them on their way with a little $40, $100 special. You feel me? So the fact is, bro, it doesn't matter how crazy it gets. Always operate with ethics. Always operate with respect. Always lead with respect. And don't never go nowhere trying to force yourself on somebody else's sovereign state of being, right? But at the end of the day, never confuse moral and legal. Never do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll have you thinking that just because a person is a law-abiding citizen, he's a good person. Well, not the average person, because we know, like, we got, like, us people of the streets, we usually got the best discernment, the best judgment. You know what I'm saying? Not always the best judgment, but we can discern real well, because some of us we make bad decisions and go against discipline all the time. You know what I'm saying? But discernment alone, street people have pretty much are top notch when it comes to discerning and being able to see a person and be like, okay, nah, he's this type of person. Oh yeah, nah, this motherfucker, he might be, yeah, he in the closet. This motherfucker, oh yeah, he'll tell on somebody. Oh yeah, this motherfucker, he'll switch up as soon as he gets some money. Like, we always had that discernment as people of street culture. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, people they build, you know what I'm saying? They build corporations and they build all types of things off these same civilizations and ideologies that they claim to walk by, knowing that it would create eternal conflict and it would never be a way to truly unify all people. Religion will never unify all people. As long as religion exists, there will be some form of conflict. Might be more conflict, you know what I'm saying, than lawless people, to be honest, because that is based off indoctrination and, like, this is what we going off. Religious groups are the original gangs, y'all. We just gonna go ahead and call it what it is. Religious groups are the original gangs. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the most heinous and most mass murderous events in history have been done on the backs of religion. And I don't even go too deep on religion because, like I say, I'm not a religious person, but I believe in God. I believe in the Most High creating things the way it is. Like, I don't believe that a human being can go from a sperm cell to a fully able-bodied human being that can build houses, pave roads, you know what I'm saying, and do all this good thing without some divine intervention being placed upon us, right? We know right, we know wrong. A lot of us had to go through things and make mistakes to learn right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? And the legal system even saved a few of us. I'm not going to say the legal system has came with just zero benefits, period, because a lot of people with no guidance go to jail and get their mind right. But that's not what jail was made for. Jail was made as an institution of control. You know what I'm saying? Because the Muslim culture, they never really relied completely on institutions. They are an eye for an eye type person. You know what I'm saying? They understand capitalism. They understand businesses. They always had supply chains and markets that allowed them to trade and barter and do different things. You know what I'm saying? They always had those things. But it's like that was always the more natural way of natural selection. You know what I'm saying? And these people now, they're using their judgment or ability to judge to dang their play God and not be in his image. Like, for example, they had the thing with Trump where he put up the where he had the thing where he had the little AI little portrait where he was supposed to be God or something like that, and it's just like, come on, dude, y'all people do not believe in God, bro. All the under the table deals y'all done did, y'all is too rich to believe in God. And I'm not saying a believer in God can't get rich, but not the way they got rich. Not with all the stuff they got on their name, all them underage girls and stuff they done messed with. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't here. This sound like a gossip show. I'm just trying to let y'all know that one of our main problems as people is steady conflating moral with legal. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think because they're law-abiding citizens, I've never been to jail, that makes them good people, and that's just not the case. Gangsters, real gangsters and real members of street culture that have been to prison are some of the most respectful people that you'll ever meet. You know what I'm saying? And if they're just really mentally unstable and just really jacked up in the mind, they usually done got their heads beat in prison, because it's a law of the land, even when you're behind bars, to where a mentally unstable person, he not finna be on no par with real gangsters, with real men doing that type of stuff in no super long period of time. So the real convicts and the real people who come out of these environments are some of the most respectful people that you will ever meet. You know what I'm saying? But they always conflate moral with legal. Because I'm a law-abiding citizen, I am an upstanding, respectable person. And those don't go together. Those don't go together. It just don't work like that. It just don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And that should have showed you, like, you should have seen that, man. You see how that police officer did Eric Garner? He's a police officer. You know he ain't never probably broken no real laws and got no convictions. But look what he did to that man. He choked that man out on the sidewalk, bro. Over him selling some single cigarettes, bro. Didn't have no weapon on him, nothing. And they let him back on the force. So do y'all really think being a morally upright person and being a person who obeys the law go hand in hand? You stupid. You're crazy. Y'all are crazy. But I think most of y'all know that already. I think the cat's pretty much out the bag at this point, so I don't think this even applies to all of y'all. So I'm not going to say y'all stupid, but anybody who conflates those is an idiot. Straight up. I'm just being real with you, fam. I'm just being real with you, fam. I got to stop doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we are at war, and we can't base who we mess with. He done been, he a jailbird. Da, 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 da. Man, just because I say I've been to jail, observe my character, observe my approach, observe how I carry myself and how I talk and how I communicate with other people. Use that as the grounds to establish whether I'm a good person or not. Because if that's the case, then jail's not for rehabilitation, like y'all say. If that's the case, if y'all really believe that it can rehabilitate a person, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I salute all my second chance employers, all the businesses, all the corporations giving felons a second chance to come out here and get that money on. You understand me? So, yeah, with that being said, man, that's just what I got for y'all, man. Stop conflating moral and legal, man, and learn to judge character, spirit, and things of that nature, man. So yeah, precise progression, unlimited shots in the mental Mac 11s, man. You gonna need them. We are at war. See y'all.